The story takes place a long time ago in the city of Verona, Italy, with two houses very alike in dignity. The story takes place with two Montagues standing at the market when they're approached by two Capulets talking smack. They end up in a big duel, and the Prince Escalus has to come and break it up. And he says the next person to start a fight will be punished to death.
Lord Montague and Lady Montague were talking about how they were happy Romeo wasn't in the fight. Lady Capulet asks Benvolio where Romeo is and tells Benvolio he should go talk to him. Romeo says that he's in love with Rosaline, but she doesn't love him back.
Benvolio tells Romeo to forget about her just like she's forgotten about him. It cuts scenes to Lord Capulet talking to Paris and how he can't marry Juliet because she's too young.
They want her to marry Paris because he has a lot of money. It cuts scenes to where Juliet is talking to her mother about marriage, and that they will see Paris at the masquerade ball.
From there, it cuts scenes to Benvolio, Romeo, and Mercutio walking to the party. Mercutio and Benvolio tell Romeo that everything's going to be all right. Romeo tells him that he's had a bad dream the night before. That's when Mercutio gives a big lecture about Queen Mab and how she's a fairy and does things to people when they sleep. Right then, Romeo has to calm down Mercutio because he gets mad and tells him every little thing is going to be all right.
The three show up at the masquerade ball. They enter the ball, and they see Lord Capulet sitting in the corner on his chair. That's when Tybalt notices Romeo's there. Tybalt tells Lord Capulet that Romeo's there and that
they should execute him. Lord Capulet says that Romeo's a good guy and that he's okay. From there, it cuts scenes to Romeo seeing Juliet for the first time, and he is love-struck. There, he thinks they're automatically partners forever. It cuts scenes to them kissing for the first time, too. Juliet's on her balcony while she's expressing her feelings towards Romeo when Romeo pops out of the corner and says that he's there. They kiss again and explain their plans for their marriage, which he imposes. From there, it also goes to Romeo talking about Juliet to Mercutio and Benvolio. From there, it goes to him talking to Friar Lawrence about their wedding and how he really loves Juliet. Friar eventually says yes, but his original plan was to say no. Romeo convinces him to do it today, later on. While Juliet and Romeo are still thinking about this, they go to the chapel which they are going to get married. Juliet and Romeo are giving each other's vows and wedding rings, and they are officially married. Later on, Tybalt gives a letter to Mercutio and Benvolio telling Romeo that he wants to have a duel. Romeo shakes it off and goes with the walk with his friends on a hot day. Benvolio says since it's a hot day, something is bound to happen that's very bad. As they're still walking, they're approached by Tybalt and two other Capulets. Mercutio decides to take a bath in the local fountain. While he's bathing in the fountain, Tybalt comes over later on. Now that Tybalt's there, he asks where's Romeo and if they can have a duel. Romeo says that he will not duel with him because he loves him and would rather be friends. Mercutio gets mad at Romeo and says why doesn't he be a man and just fight him. Mercutio decides to fight him instead. This is when Mercutio dies when he gets stabbed by Tybalt's sword. Romeo gets really mad. He then approaches a house of Capulets and states his business. He wants to duel with Tybalt and kills Tybalt in the end. That's when they bring both dead bodies of Tybalt and Mercutio to the town square. That's when Princess Escalus says that Romeo is banned and never to come back. This is when Juliet gets really mad and gets really sad about Romeo leaving. Thanks for watching, and this video was created by Juan and Julian. Analysis time. How did Romeo develop over time? Well, knowing that his family was Montagues, they hated Capulets. And since he married Juliet, then that means he loved Capulets. He turned his age-old family hate into something new, love. Well, how did he do it? By marrying Juliet. By marrying Juliet, he made both houses alike, even if it was forbidden to make their own house.